There are three sectors in Indian economy. So one is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sectors. More than 75% of total population were dependent on agriculture field, but contribution to the GDP by agriculture sector was very low. Primary sector belongs to agriculture sector and secondary sector belongs to industrial sector. Tertiary sectors considered as a service sectors. Namaste my dear students, Shubha Hebba here, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Dear students, a warm welcome to the session. Yes, in this session, we are going to discuss about pre-reforms Indian economy. The first chapter, features and problems of Indian economy. Yes, India is a cradle of human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of legend, the great grandmother of tradition. Yes, the particular best statement given by Mark Twain said about our country and our heritage popularity. Yes, but we have popular heritage, but it is not enough to face competitive era. Social factor, economic conditions also one of the important factor to represent our country's status. Yes, dear students, we have achieved so many positions in many areas. We are spearhead in exporting engineering items and textile business, everything. Of course, we are taking a largest country in exporting items and we are taking the positions in rapid industrializations. Though we are still developing, not yet developed. What are the different reasons behind it? Yes, in this session or in this chapter, we are going to discuss what are the different features of Indian economy and what are the different features of developing countries and HDI rankings. So these are all different content we are going to discuss in this session. Dear students, once again warm welcome to the session. Yes, let us start the session with different content. Yes, introduction. A small introduction to the chapters. Yes, India including mixed economic system and what are the different sectors of Indian economy that we have to discuss in the introduction part, and then classification of countries. According to World Development Report to 2012, there are three types of countries. So one is low income country, middle income country and high income country on the basis of per capita GNI that we are going to discuss under this content. And the next one, features of Indian economy. What are the different features of Indian economy as a developing country? Okay, and next, emerging sectors. So this is also one of the features of Indian economy, but quite differ from that normal features. That emerging sectors, which means that changes in recent era. That will be discussed in emerging sector of India. Okay, so these are all different contents we are going to discuss in this session. Let us discuss with the introduction. Yes, that India is a developing country and it have adopted the mixed economic system. After got independent, we have adopted the mixed economic system. As we know that, what is mixed economic system? That coexistence of socialist and capitalist economic system. Okay. And yes, there are three sectors in Indian economy. So one is primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sectors. Primary sector belongs to agriculture sector and secondary sector belongs to industrial sector. Tertiary sectors considered as a service sectors. And yes, that India is a part of the developed economy with an average growth of GDP 8.5%. Now we are taking steps towards developed system with achieving good GDP rate. So this is the current Indian economic system. Yes, I told India considered as a developing economy. Developing in the sense, it is not underdeveloped, it is not developed. So how can we consider it is a developing economy? So how to classify the countries? Yes, there are two facts. Let us discuss with the classification of countries. Okay? Yes, that according to UNO, there is a classification of countries as underdeveloped country, developing country and developed country. But we are not going to use that particular term. Instead of that, that World Development Report WDR 2012, yes, According to this report, the whole country classified into 3 groups. So one is low income countries, second one is middle income countries, and third one is high income countries. So what is low income countries? How to classify this? Yes, low income countries according to per capita GNI, per capita gross national income, per capita GNI below $1,006. So which country has income below $1,006? So those countries considered as low income countries. So you can consider some of African countries, that Uganda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, then Afghanistan. So those types of countries coming under the lowest per capita GNI. Okay, and then middle income countries. So what are the middle income countries? Per capita GNI that more than $1,006 within $12,275. Below $12,275, more than $1,006. Okay, so these countries considered as middle income countries. So this country considered as a developing country. So what are the examples for middle income country? India, Thailand, Iran, Bolivia, Sri Lanka. So those types of countries considered as a middle income countries. So these types of economy is called developing economy. And then the high income countries. So which countries per capita GNI more than $12,275. So those country considered as a high income country. Which country stated about developed economy. Okay. So example countries for this, that USA, UK, France, Germany, Australia, Austria. So those are all considered as a high income countries. Yes, that low income countries, so which suffered from that very drawback of economic system. For example, less per capita income, less income, that low infrastructure development and neglected economic conditions. So these are all one of the important features of lowest income country or that low income country. And then middle income country, so developing country, what are the features of developing country? I will explain in the next. Okay. Yes, high income country which considers a high standard of livings. Then per capita income of that country is very high, highly infrastructural facilities, dominance of service sector and industrial sectors. So those types of important features just belongs to high income countries. Now we can consider as India is a developing country or that middle income country. Yes, what are the features of Indian economy as a developing country? That we have to discuss. Yes, what are the different features of Indian economy or why it is considered as a developing country? India is considered as one of the fast growing developing country. After independence, we have achieved all-rounder in the sense social economic progress, but not yet achieved, we are achieving in many areas. As compared to developed country, it has less infrastructural development. That is why it is considered as developing, not yet developed. And what are the different certain features which consider as a differ from others? So that will be discussed. First one, improvement in national income. The first feature started from income. Because of that national income or per capita GNI or different concept of national income considered as a GDP, you can consider NNP, you can consider per capita income. So everything which stated about economic system of a country, that is why we are considering national income is a major indicator of economic status of a country. Okay? So just improving. So what is the features of Indian economy? We are improving in national income. What are the evidence for improving the national income? If you are considering in 1950 to 51, our income, our national income 9,719 crores. In 2019, 20, our national income is 135.13 lakh crores. Yes. So, increasing that, highly increasing in national income. And in 1991, you may take another one evident. In 1990 to 91, so our national income approximately 5,15,000 crore rupees. So, just see the data that increasing that national income. So, we are improving by contributions of adoptions of green revolution, that productivity of agriculture is increasing, and adoptions of liberalization, that so many industries got permitted to establish, that is why contribution by industries to the GDP also increasing. And of course, that participations of service sector, it is highly contributed comparing to primary and secondary sector, just service sector contributions is increasing. That is why finally it contributes to national income, that national income also increasing. So this is the first features of Indian economy. And second features, increase in agriculture and industrial productions. Yes, comparing to the data, in 1950 to 51, so our agriculture production, total food grain production, 50.8 million tons. Okay, and 2001, 2000 to 2001, so 196 million tons, just increasing. And 2020, 21, so what is the agriculture production? That is approximately 308 million tons. So how much is increasing? That agriculture production is also increasing because of, already as I told, just after independence or before adopting the green revolution, we were importing the food grain production from different countries for our consumptions. So there were very necessary to improve the agriculture sectors. Agriculture sector were suffering from lot of drawbacks, that unscientific cultivations and lack of awareness about marketing and lack of awareness about using the fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. So there were so many reasons for very lowest yielding from agriculture productions. More than 75% of total population, were dependent on agriculture field, but contribution to the GDP by agriculture sector was very low. Industrial sector also highly neglected by the government, and contribution by industrial sector also very low. Because of lack of capital formations, and so many industries were suffering from sickness. Sickness in the sense, yes, delay in licensing policy, and which means neglected by the government, and very lowest capital formations, and problems of raw materials, problems of marketings, and problems of infrastructure developments. So these were all many drawbacks of industrial sectors, and which have led to lowest contribution to the GDP. And after adoptions of liberalizations, there were so many industries got liberalized, and it helps to establish new industries and attract the foreign direct investment. That is why now we are improving. So this is one of the important features of Indian economy. So just improving the industrial and agricultural productions. And next, another one, that progress in science and technology. Yes, there has been remarkable progress in science and technology. We have achieved in different fields of science and technologies. Science, technology, engineering, atomic research, space research. We have achieved in many areas of science like this. India is considered as the sixth nation in the world would have gone into outer space to understand the nature which have benefit to the people. Now that science and technology is a significant field, and government also taking the different measures initially to improve the science and technological field. Nowadays, India has a largest number of scientists and technicians, and those are all scientists and technicians demanded by different countries all over the world. See, this is the remarkable achievement in science and technologies. And next one, infrastructural facilities. If you are considering it is a developed country, which country comprises highly developed infrastructural facilities? So, if you are considering it is a developed country where there is a highly infrastructural facilities, those country considered as a well-developed country. But we are still developing because of that infrastructure facilities is developing, not yet developed. So, which country characterized by well infrastructural facilities? So, those country considered as well-developed country. So, what are the infrastructural facilities? Education, health, road, transport, communications. So, these are all different facilities considered as infrastructural facilities. So, that improvement in infrastructural facilities is one of the important point which considered as a features of economic system. Yes, improving infrastructural facilities in the sense, third 5-year plan onwards, service sector got focused. Yes, in 2020, that 233.3 crore rupees allotted by the budget to improve the infrastructural facilities. Yes, we know that importance of education, we know that importance of health, and we know that marketing, we know that importance of transport. And one more thing, just after independence, there were no proper communication system, there were no proper connectivity roads, there were no proper marketing system, and of course that education, if you are considering the education field, that highly neglected by the government, and health sector also. Education, health, job training, migration, information about the job and different things. So these are all one of the important sources of expenditure by the government to improve the infrastructure development. Then let us discuss about the education and health in that emerging sectors. Yes, next another one important features, heavy population pressures. India considered as a second largest populated country followed by China. And at presently, what is the population rate? So 139 crores. Approximately 139 crores in 2020-21. There are so many reasons to increasing the populations, very high level birth rate and low level of death rate, and improving the healthcare facilities. So these are all leads to increasing the population of our country, but it is considered as a heavy pressures. So this is one of the important features of our country. And next one, improving the quality of human capitals. Improving the quality of human capital, which means according to Human Development Index, so we were in the 134th position before 2012. At presently, we were in 131 position according to 2020. So which we are improving their standard of livings, improving this infrastructural facilities by improvements in that per capita income, by improving that infrastructural facilities, and our standard of living also is increasing. Educated person or that healthy person can earn more than a sick person. And of course, improving that healthcare facilities, improving that education system, so which leads to contribute to the human capital formations. That is why we can consider, yes, we are improving the quality of human capitals. Yes, so these are all different features of Indian economy. And just I have listed very few important features, and of course we have to consider we have a dual economic system which we are going through, the traditional based system also as well as the modernized technology also. We are performing with the two lines. This is considered as a dual economic system. And one more important point, yes, we are improving in that financial sector also as well as banking sectors. And another one, standard of living also increasing by improving the per capita income, purchasing power also increasing, still we are facing that poverty. And yes, another one important features, so which is emerging sectors. Of course, improving the infrastructural facilities. So what are the infrastructure facilities? Improving the education, improving the healthcare, and also of course we are performing with the outsourcing and digital services. So these are all important indications of emerging sectors. Educations. So education, we know that importance of educations, and just after independence, education sector was highly neglected and there were gender discriminatory. And one more thing, before and just after independence, our economic system dominated by agriculture sector, which means the more than 75% of total population depends on agriculture, but contribution by the agriculture sector was very low, only just 53%. And the service sector completely neglected. But in the recent conditions, that service sector is contributing more to the GDP, and also that economic system try to massive push to improve the service sectors. So that is emerging sectors. Education sector at presently 3.1% of GDP. 3.1% of expenditure of GDP. It is only for reserved for improving the education sectors. And before 1991, so it was 0.3%. It was only 0.3%. Now it is improving, which means expenditure on education also increasing. That government try to focusing on improving the education field also. And next one, healthcare. It is considered as a sunrise sectors. Now it is opening. Now it is rising. And yes, at presently 2004 onwards, just expenditure on health facilities of GDP. So that is 1.8% of GDP. So till 2004, it was fully neglected. Not even 0.5% of GDP is not going to expenditure on improving the health sectors. At presently, which means that 2010 onwards, just it is improving. Government also focusing on improving the health facilities. And next, outsourcing and digital services. Yes, after adopting the globalization, outsourcing is one of the important part of economic system, and it providing the important services, that IT enabled services, and at presently 30% of revenues coming by that outsourcing and digital services. Yes, 30% of total revenue to the GDP coming by that outsourcing and digital services. So this is the conditions of emerging sector of our country. Yes, my dear students, India considered as a developing country due to these are all features, or that these are all features will provide the evidence to developing process. Yes, I am coming to the end of this session, and I am taking this time to say thanks to you all for joining me, and I hope you are able to understand what are the different reasons behind that developing process and how to classify the countries and emerging sectors of India. Once again, thank you for joining me in this session. Thank you.